In the Solstein DLC for Skyrim, we eventually face off against Miraak the Dragonborn. But today, we're going to be breaking the game some to see some weird things you normally wouldn't. Miraak's face, his safe room, and an island beneath his final arena. We have a few different things to cover, so let's get to it. And hey, if you like videos like this, why not subscribe right now for more just like it in the future? It helps out the channel, and you can always unsubscribe later if you lose interest. Apocrypha is a pretty dope place. I mean, if you're into the whole Lovecraftian tentacle world that's full of books kind of thing, I grew to love this area because the environments were honestly absolutely stunning. The place just has this looming sense of dread, which makes it all the more perfect for messing with. But I digress. We want to head to Miraak's final confrontation area because there's a few neat things to cover. Starting off, when we get to this area, we're supposed to hop on Sarutar and fly over to Miraak. But we're not going to do that exactly. First, I wanted to see what would happen if we boarded Sarutar and then teleport out of Apocrypha. The first thing I tried was disabling collision when flying on the dragon, and it froze in place. It was pretty derpy, but I loved my new flying mount. Anyways, after messing around with this frozen dragon, I enabled the teleport. And, well, we get stuck like this forever, kneeling like the good lad we are. Oh look, a wolf is eating us. Help. So this time we're just going to skip over Sarutar altogether and just Air Jordan our way up to Miraak's place uninvited. I wanted to see what would happen if we sequence break this series of events. So we're just going to roll right up. I was actually able to just walk right up to Miraak because he wasn't initiating combat normally. So I hit him with a good old foos and then started wailing on him with my hammer like the courteous gentleman I am. So throughout the fight with Miraak, as he gets weaker, he would basically vanish and re-emerge to absorb a dragon. When he does this, his health shoots up and you have to bash his brains in again. However, the developers actually do a sort of neat thing in Skyrim when characters need to vanish or be called upon. You can find them in various places all around Skyrim, but the developers create these small little rooms or cells that they will temporarily store characters in. So when Miraak decides he's going to pull a Houdini on us and vanish into thin air, he actually goes deep inside his tower. So beneath this black book that rises up, down quite a ways is a sealed room. There's walls on all sides, a ceiling, and a floor. Miraak gets teleported down here after he's taken a severe beating, before initiating his vampiric attack on the dragons that he uses to heal. According to the player's radar, we know he's nearby, but he can't be located. That's because he's in the sealed room. He's just chilling down here, and I'm assuming the idea behind the collision on the walls and ceiling was to prevent him from attacking the player with any sort of magic. He's invulnerable during this state though. While attempting to break the game in another instance, Cruzakrell, another dragon in the area that Miraak normally absorbs, landed to attack me right off the bat. I hit Miraak a few times and then Miraak vanished, but I just assumed he was down below waiting for me. But oddly, Cruzakrell was just frozen in place and wouldn't take any damage, so I figured I'd go check the room down below to see if Miraak was there. He wasn't though, but that's when I realized something really funny. Somehow, Miraak was inside the ground, laying down, and was completely naked. I couldn't hurt him at all either. My crossbow did nothing, and so did my hammer. But seeing him like this is pretty interesting, because we never actually get to see what Miraak looks like normally in the game. He's covered from head to toe, and upon defeat, the dude goes to the bone zone before we can take a peek. However, in this instance, Miraak was laying face down, and we could see what he looks like. He was just some average Nord-looking dude in his boxers, pulsating with mad energy. Not sure why he decided to plank 10 feet underground in solid rock, but I've seen weirder things. Actually, no I haven't. The map this final fight takes place in is absolutely enormous, by the way. If we fly around, you can go pretty far out before we hit the typical "you shall not pass" barriers. There's actually some towers and other objects out there that the player would never see or be able to stand on. But it's neat that they are so far away from where the final fight takes place. We can even swim in the toxic sludge. But one of the most interesting things, at least to me, was this rocky island that was inside of Miraak's tower. Now, mind you, you can never see this from the outside of his arena, but within its stone walls is actually a series of rocks that form an island that you can walk on if you were to clip inside the walls. It's a bit weird though, because these assets aren't something normal for this type of area. Everything here is normally stylized and dark, but we have these normal rocks just chilling out of sight. It was neat to pop down here on this hidden island for a bit, before going back up and messing with Miraak again. But those are just some of the weird things I found while messing around with this boss fight. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Cheers.